You got here yesterday, walked around the course, spent a little bit of time with Tiger Woods. Your first thought when you saw this sort of moonscape?
Well, a moonscape is a really good way of looking at it. This is Shinnecock on steroids. It's a very unusual golf course. There's huge elevation changes. There's huge undulations in the greens. It's going to take a player to win this championship to be exceptional on his approach shots into the greens, to get the ball in the proper position. So all in all, the players have no idea what to expect, and it's going to be a very, very stern test.
As mentioned, this golf course did not exist just 10 years ago, yet 8 months after it opened, it was awarded the U.S. Amateur and the U.S. Open here in 2015. A quote here from the USGA's Mike Davis, in charge of setting this up. If anyone thinks they can learn this course in 3 practice rounds, they're crazy. They're done. Your reaction?
Well, there'll be a lot of players that will be done because there's not a lot of players that will play more than 3 practice rounds. This is a golf course that I don't think if you play it 3 or 4 times, you have a lot more idea of how to play it than you do one time. I think you'd have to play this 25 or 30 times to have a really good feel of it, and no player is going to do that. But I really have some issues of coming here. I think one of the real unique things about the major championships in golf, as they are in tennis, is they're totally different sites. This site is going to play very much like an Open Championship in Scotland. And I just think that we need to have this be the U.S. Open as we know it.
To that point, if you're looking for the trademark thick rough that often defines the U.S. Open, it's not here. The tree-lined fairways, there is but one tree. You'll find that around the 16 tee box. But let's talk a little bit, Andy, about 2 of the features of the course. The first and 18th holes can play as par 4s or par 5s, yet players won't know until they arrive that particular day. I know you have a reaction on that setup.
I really do have a problem with that. I mean, all the players want to know is what are we playing today, and let us go play it. And generally, you play practice rounds. You know, Davis is talking about playing all these practice rounds and learning the golf course. Well, if you practice a certain way and they decide to set it up a totally different way, that makes no sense to me. Just play one as a 5 and one as a 4, and let's go play the golf course.
9, a par 3 here, which is another signature hole, plays in 2 radically different ways. From one set of tees, it plays slightly uphill, Andy. Yeah. From another set of tees, it has nearly 100-foot drop to the green, which brings me to the notion of the greens themselves, which you really raised an eyebrow about when you walked around yesterday.
Well, I think, first of all, there's huge undulations in them, and they're large playing surfaces. But I think the biggest problem is that there's a lot of poa annua. They're not great manicured greens. You're going to see greens that look really funny on television. There's going to be, by the end of the week, there's a good chance there's going to be part dirt and part poa annua on these greens. So I think the putting will be very difficult. It's just going to be a golf course that you as the viewers will see so many different things. You'll see good shots end up in bad places. You'll see bad shots end up in good places because all the undulations and knobs and big hillsides.